So who are the CARDs? CARD stands for Community Advisors on Research, Design, and Strategies. CARDs are trained, readily mobilizable focus groups who advise researchers. They reflect voices, racial, ethnic, socioeconomic voices that are very, very rarely represented in the world of academic research. CARDs meet with researchers to review study plans and materials and to give them very specific concrete feedback. The point of that feedback is to improve and make more effective recruitment and retention of study participants, and also to help researchers understand how to avoid provoking unintended embarrassment or fear, things that can keep people from participating in research studies. Sometimes people ask us, what is the difference between the CARDs, the Community Advisors on Research, Design, and Strategies, and what is more typically understood as a community advisory group or community advisory board? There are several key differences. The first thing is that the CARDs groups consist only of community members. There are no academics on it. These are just people outside the world of academia. Another key difference is that these members of our CARDs were recruited by community center staff. So they weren't recruited by us here at the university. We worked with 2 community centers and staff who are very connected to the programs and activities at the community centers. They did the recruitment for us. So they picked people who they thought represented sort of the breadth and diversity of the people who use community center services. So they were recruited from food pantries, from senior programs, from parenting programs, and other kinds of services and activities that take place at community centers. A third really important difference is that the CARDs members were required to go through an unpaid training, a 4-hour training, in order to join one of our CARDs groups. This was a very intensive 4-hour training, 2 hours on each day, that involved a tremendous amount of skill building and practicing skills, particularly related to communication, listening, and feedback, along with giving people some basic information about the world of research to try to overcome some of that language, the language barrier that keeps us apart. So people learned about the IRB, Human Subjects Protection. We talked about different kinds of the difference between a protocol and a research plan. And people had a lot of opportunity to demonstrate those skills, and we had a skills checklist that people needed to check off all of the skills before they could become a member of the CARDs. I think that's really important for a couple of reasons. One is that it helped break down the difference between us and them. It gave us kind of a common ground, a common language, a common playing field to meet on, so that some of the prejudices or biases or stereotypes that everyone brings to the table, whether it's community people having stereotypes and prejudices about researchers or vice versa, it really helped cut through a lot of that. And also it gave CARDs people a lot of confidence. They knew coming to the very first meeting that they already had the skills to be there. They knew what they were going to be asked to do, and they knew that they were going to be able to give the kind of feedback that researchers would find useful because they'd already had a chance to demonstrate those skills.